Out of everybody in the lore, Andrea Isichuch has suffered too much. Besides Corey, he has suffered more. But Andrea Isichuch has lost almost everything throughout the years. Suoxphase and Sushiver's the culprit. Suoxphase specifically killing his dog and destroying his home. And Sushi VR's bombings of Serbia. Corey and the other supporting characters are trying all their best to help Andrea Isichuch, but it's just too much pressure from Suoxphase and Sushivar because they don't know how to keep to themselves, those stupid little shits. Suoxphase's time machine. We need to steal it so we can go back in time where we can be happy again. But I don't know how Suoxphase created a time machine. I don't know how he did that. My guess he went to Harvard University and studied how to create one. Suoxphase is one smart son of a bitch, I'll tell you that. Meanwhile, Sushi VR's bitch ass failed grade 1, that's how dumb he is. Suoxphase's IQ is 187, Sushi VR's IQ is 38. Anyways, back to the Andrea Isichuch monologue. Andrea Isichuch is by far one of the most durable and enduring characters in the lore, sustaining lots of physical and psychological damage from Suoxphase and Sushi VR. Andrea Isichuch knows how to survive though, and has gained lots of experience in every field of war and combat. Despite Andrea Isichuch having an IQ of 98, he can still manage problems and still fight on, but he still can't manage his anger issues. Suoxphase has always hated Andrea Isichuch too. We don't know why he is doing that to him. Suoxphase needs to stop hating on people. Suoxphase. The story of a Suoxphase. He was normal at one point. He was happy. He was just a little boy. Suoxphase was proud of himself until Suoxphase was acting differently. Suoxphase wasn't himself for some reason.
What's up guys, Tony here. Isolated something.
I don't know why he is doing that.
No,
what is going on with Suoxphase? Suoxphase is sad. We gotta help Suoxphase.
No, it is. I don't know. Isn't it now cool? No, it is. Yeah, I believe this. I don't fuck this. Again, I haven't happy. So I don't come.
Suoxphase. I fucking hate Suoxphase. He thinks life is a fucking game. He needs to fucking die now. Suoxphase keeps trying to frame Corey. It worked. It fucking worked. Suoxphase keeps trying to tell every human in the world that Corey is a bad person and tries to convince the world to kill Corey. Suoxphase wants the whole human population of 8 billion to execute Corey on live television across the globe and get everybody to celebrate Corey's death. Every human, every race, every religion, every country, everyone is gonna celebrate the death of Corey. Suoxphase's plan is fucking horrible. No wonder why he tries to brainwash everybody. Suoxphase is a fucking animal. Corey is still trying to find a way to stop him. Suoxphase is just so evil. I don't know why he is doing this. Corey is just living his life. But Suoxphase keeps cursing him and keeps sending his bounty hunters to try to kill him. Suoxphase is a piece of shit. Phase's army is also planning on sending ballistic missiles to bombard Corey too. Phase needs to be stopped. Phase is just too powerful and smart. Phase. Phase. Phase is the main antagonist in the lore, but I'm pretty sure everybody already knows that since I've said it countless times now. But did you know Phase created nicotine many years ago? He needed to create a drug that can make people so addicted to it, and it caused lots of problems. Phase created nicotine in cigarettes, and other products were formed, and it slowly killed humans. Phase is still really happy about his creation. A lot of people smoke cigarettes, vapes, and cigars across the globe because of Phase, and yet many people praise Phase for creating the cigarettes and other things. Phase is one good brainwasher, I'll tell you that. Phase also created other drugs, such as alcohol and cocaine and THC and many more. We don't know how he did that. My guess he was in the laboratory in Vietnam and combined cells and liquids and other chemicals and created it, probably using his time machine and teleportation device to go into Harvard University so he can study how to create drugs and stuff. Phase would give Sushi VR a lot of these drugs so Sushi VR could consume and sell the drugs himself, so he can get money and spend it on his private military and build a better future for Virginia. Phase and Sushi VR are close allies during those times. However, they aren't that smart. Phase also helped create countries across the globe. We don't know how he does this. He's just too powerful with that time machine. We have to destroy that thing now. Let's talk about the present times in the year of 2026 now. Phase has caused the war in the Middle East, making the United States attack Iran and telling Iran to bomb the fuck out of Middle East. My guess is that Phase is planning to start a third world war. We can't not let that happen. Well, actually, it might be beneficial because there is 8 billion humans on Earth, so we can try to reduce the population for about 4 billion people to die. Phase is also trying to tell China to invade Taiwan. Phase already told Russia to invade Ukraine in 2022. Phase is fucking good at this, man. He knows how to make human lives miserable. Phase has to be stopped as soon as possible. Phase is planning to invade Serbia, but Corey has contacted Andrea Isichuch, so he is setting up his defenses. Despite Corey and Andrea being on different continents, it is really hard to send supplies to the European front as Phase's forces prepare an invasion in the eastern part of Europe. Phase is only using 30% of military in the invasion of Serbia, surprisingly. We don't know why. I hope Phase doesn't bomb Serbia with nukes or something. God, that would be horrible. Andrea Isichuch is trying to build a system to the Iron Dome that Israel has, but it's really hard to build it with limited supplies. Phase and Sushi VR are teaming up for this upcoming war. We will not know how many people would die, but my guess it would be in the millions, similar to the California invasion's death toll, which was about 10 million. Phase is known to be a really ignorant person in the lore. But to be honest, that is a really good strategy and a good psychological tool to use against enemies. Coxface is also really good at assassinations. We don't know how he does this. Coxface is known to have lots of his spies in countries across the globe. Some are even in the CIA, surprisingly. Coxface is built different. Coxface has a really weird daily routine. He doesn't work out, and for some reason he only sleeps for 2 hours per day. We don't know how he did that. My guess he is just asleep. Insomniac, or he is using his supernatural capabilities. Coxface is really skinny. We found out he only eats 100 calories per day. Coxface also spends 22 hours on his iPad. We don't know why he is doing that. My guess is that his iPad is his master control terminal where he controls his army, controls his economy, and much more. He relies on an iPad to do his heavy-duty work. Coxface.
Coxface is a gay-ass piece of shit. Every human on Earth, both living and dead, had a purpose for humanity. The good and the evil had their purpose, but Coxface is different. He doesn't have a purpose. He shouldn't be existing at all. Coxface is the reason why humanity is a fucking joke. Humanity is not that great compared to the other alien species across the galaxy and the universe. Coxface is the reason why humanity is still on Earth many years later. If he didn't exist, we would be on Mars or Venus by now, or maybe in another planetary system and colonizing every systems and galaxies. Coxface wants humanity to stay on Earth for some reason, probably wanting humanity to end on Earth and exterminate the human population, and every other animal species too. Coxface isn't intelligent. A dog or even a fucking pig can be smarter than Coxface. Coxface is dumb as shit. Despite Corey and Andrea being on different continents, it is really hard to send supplies to the European front as Coxface's forces push in from the east. Coxface really wants Serbia for some reason, just like how he wants the James Bay region too. We don't know why he is doing that. Coxface rarely wants countries or territories. He is fine with Vietnam, but he wants Serbia and the James Bay region. Coxface is known to really hate native people in the United States and Canada for some reason. We don't know why he did that. Coxface also has a nickname by the name of Coxface because myself as an AI likes to bully Coxface too by calling him Coxface. It's not my programming, it's just my hatred towards Coxface.
Coxface is the reason why cigarettes are existing right now. But Sushi VR is coming up with a plan to put diseases in the cigarettes that are being made in factories, and whoever smokes the cigarettes will be infected with a disease, and they will die from it in a week or two. He is doing it to vapes and cigars and weed too, probably as well. It is a pretty good plan, to be honest. Coxface also agrees with Sushi VR, so does Corey Aswell. Every smoker, vapor, and stoner will die from the disease, and it would be a horrible death. Coxface regrets creating cigarettes or nicotine, and he also created tobacco as well. And he regrets creating that as well. Coxface also would get second-hand smoke from smokers, and it would make his lungs hurt and get damaged by it. Coxface would get angry because of it. Coxface is currently coming up with a plan right now in the current timeline. He's been ignoring everybody lately, even Corey. We all fear what Coxface would do next. Coxface's iPad isn't working, thankfully, because his dumbass broke his own charger, that stupid little shit. Coxface now has to rely on an old smartphone. We don't know how he got that. My guess he went to the streets of Vietnam and robbed somebody from it. But why can't he buy his own iPad? He has millions and billions of dollars. Coxface would rather use a smartphone from 2013, I guess. We don't know why he done that. Oxface is mostly seen as a poor and useless man, but in reality, he is a multi-trillionaire and his net worth is in the trillions because of his long lifespan being in the thousands. At this point, he has lived in every era of humanity and obtained cash and gold from everybody and every country, even from ancient pirates. Oxface is one smart of a bitch, I'll tell you that. 2. Oxface is probably using one of his psychological tricks to trick the protagonist, Corey, and the supporting characters. But Corey already knows his tricks. Oxface is also the developer of pornography, and Sushi VR is a co-director too.